You feel it, don't you? That quiet panic at 2 a.m. when you check your bank account. That tightness in your chest when rent is due and the math doesn't add up. That voice in the back of your head whispering, I'm doing everything right, so why am I still losing? You're not crazy, and you're not lazy. You're not even bad with money. You were lied to, strategically, deliberately. Since the day you were born, my name is Mint, and I'm going to show you exactly who lied to you, exactly how they did it, and exactly how to make sure they never control your money again. I wasn't always this calm. 3 years ago, I was drowning, not in water, in the system. I did what I was told. I stayed in school. I got the grades. I applied for the jobs. I smiled in the interviews, and the system smiled back at me and gave me nothing. I was 22 years old, working 2 jobs, sleeping 4 hours a night. And somehow, I had less money at the end of each month than I did at the beginning. So I started asking questions that nobody around me was asking. Not, how do I make more money? That's the question the system wants you stuck on. The real question, the one that changed everything, was, why does my brain work against me every time I touch money? That question led me down a rabbit hole that most people will never enter. Not because it's hidden, but because the answer is uncomfortable. The answer doesn't blame the economy. It doesn't blame your boss. It doesn't blame bad luck. The answer blames the system. And then it blames you for believing it. That's what this channel is. Not motivation, not hype, not some guy in a rented Lamborghini telling you to hustle harder. This is a mirror. And mirrors don't lie. Let me tell you what the system actually is. Because it's not a conspiracy theory. It's not some shadowy group in a dark room pulling strings. The system is simpler than that. And that's what makes it more dangerous. The system is a set of rules designed to keep you productive enough to be useful, but never wealthy enough to be free. Think about it. The education system taught you how to be an employee. It never taught you how money actually works. You spent 16 years in school and never once had a lesson on compound interest, tax strategy, or how your own brain sabotages every financial decision you make. The banking system gave you a credit card at 18, before you had a salary, before you had savings, before you had any understanding of interest rates. They handed a 18-year-old a financial weapon and called it building credit. The social system taught you that success looks like a car you can't afford, an apartment you're stretching to rent, and clothes that cost more than your emergency fund. You learned to perform wealth instead of build it. And the worst part? You didn't just accept these rules. You internalized them. They became your beliefs, your habits, your identity. That's what the system does. It doesn't put chains on your wrists. It puts chains on your mind. And then it convinces you that the chains are jewelry. I'm here to break those chains, one video at a time. Starting with the 5 lies the system planted inside your brain. Lie number 1. Get a good education and you'll be financially secure. This is the most expensive lie ever told. Not because education is worthless, but because the system taught you to trade years of your life and thousands of dollars for a piece of paper that qualifies you to make someone else rich. In behavioral psychology, this is called the sunk cost fallacy. You spent so much time and money on a degree that you feel obligated to use it, even when the path it leads to doesn't serve you. You stay in a career you hate because leaving would mean admitting that the investment was wrong. The system doesn't teach you to think. It teaches you to obey. And it charges you $80,000 for the privilege. Mint didn't drop out of life. Mint dropped out of the lie. Lie number 2. Work harder and you'll earn more. This is the effort heuristic, the false belief that effort alone creates reward. The system loves this lie because it keeps you running. Not forward, just running. Look around you. The hardest working people you know. Your mother who worked double shifts. Your father who never took a day off. Your friend grinding 80 hours a week. Are they rich? Now think about the wealthiest people you've heard of. Are they working harder than your parents? Or are they working differently? The difference isn't effort, it's architecture. Your parents built someone else's house. The wealthy built their own. And then they built a system that builds houses while they sleep. That's the machine. We'll get to that. Lie number 3. You deserve it. Treat yourself. This lie is the system's masterpiece because it uses your own emotions against you. In behavioral finance, this is called emotional accounting. When you've had a hard week, your brain creates a mental permission slip to spend money you don't have on things you don't need, and the entire advertising industry is designed to hand you that permission slip at your weakest moment. You know what you actually deserve? Freedom, financial peace, the ability to wake up on a Monday and choose what you do with your time. But you traded all of that for a dopamine hit in a checkout line. The system taught you to medicate your stress with spending. Mint is here to teach you to medicate it with systems. Lie number 4, looking rich is being rich. This is the lie I fell for the hardest, and it nearly destroyed me. There's a concept in money psychology called social signaling. It's the human instinct to display wealth, not to enjoy it, but to communicate status to others. The car isn't for driving, it's for being seen. The watch isn't for time, it's for validation. The system makes billions from this. Every luxury brand, every Instagram ad, every aspirational influencer is selling you the same drug, the feeling of being perceived as successful. But here's the truth that nobody posts. Wealth is invisible. Real wealth is the money you didn't spend, the investment compounding quietly in the background, the 6 months of expenses sitting in an account no one knows about. Rich is what you show. Wealth is what you keep. And I spent 2 years looking rich and being broke. That shadow version of me, I had to dump him. And if you're honest with yourself right now, you need to dump yours too. Lie number 5, follow the safe path. This is the final lie, and it's the one that seals the cage. In behavioral psychology, this is called loss aversion, the human tendency to fear losing what you have more than you desire gaining what you don't. The system exploits this by making the safe path feel comfortable and the different path feel terrifying. Stay at the job. Don't risk the savings. Don't start the business. Don't question the plan. Just follow the path. But here's what they don't tell you about the safe path. It leads to the same destination for everyone. 40 years of work, a retirement you're too tired to enjoy, and a life spent building someone else's dream because you were too afraid to build your own. The dark path, the one with no signs, that's where the machine is built. That's where freedom lives. And yes, it's dark, it's uncertain, it's lonely, but Mint walks in the dark. That's where I learned everything I know, and that's where I'll teach you. So what's the machine? The machine is what I'm building. In every video, in every breakdown, in every uncomfortable truth I put in front of you. The machine is not one thing. It's a system of 5 components. 1, awareness. Understanding the behavioral traps your brain falls into every time you earn, spend, save, or invest money. 2, detachment. Learning to separate your identity from your income. You are not your salary. You are not your job title. You are not your car. 3, architecture. Building income systems that work without your constant effort, not passive income like the gurus sell you. Real systems, real structure, real math. 4, discipline, not motivation. Motivation dies. Discipline is the machine that keeps running when you don't feel like it. When the market drops, when the doubts scream. Discipline is the engine. 5, vision. Seeing 5 years ahead while everyone else is reacting to yesterday. The system keeps you focused on the next paycheck. The machine keeps you focused on the next decade. That's what Mint mentality is. Not a channel, a blueprint. For people who are done being told what to think about money and are ready to see what was hidden from them. If you've made it this far, you're already different. Most people clicked away. Most people went back to scrolling, back to performing, back to the system. But you stayed. And that tells me something about you. It tells me you're tired of the lies, tired of the act, tired of pretending that everything is fine when your bank account says otherwise. Good. That's where it starts. Not with a budget, not with a stock tip, not with a side hustle. It starts with honesty, with looking in the mirror and saying, I was lied to, and I believed it, but not anymore. My name is Mint, and I'm going to be here every video, every week, breaking down the psychology that keeps you broke and building the system that sets you free. Next video, I'm going to show you the most dangerous money habit you have right now. You do it every single day. You don't even know you're doing it. And it's costing you thousands every year. Build the machine. I'll see you at the next level.